Hi, my name is Peter and welcome to the IDIY kitchen where we cook easy meals for busy people. Today we're going to make fresh salmon patties or salmon cakes. Okay, first thing we need to do, I got a nice fresh piece of salmon here. Let me just trim this fat off here. You don't want that. And what we need to do, we need to cook it, of course. Watch your fingers. I'm frying it in butter or sauteing it, depending on what you like. Of course, you could substitute this for a can of salmon, a couple of cans of salmon, but we really want to do it fresh here. Right, what we want to do now, we want to cook this for about 3 minutes each side, 3 or 4 minutes each side, and then let it cool, and then we'll flake it off and we'll put all the other ingredients in. Okay, so I'll come back after we've done this. See you soon. Okay, it's been a few minutes. Let's take the salmon off. It smells wonderful. Let's put it aside on the plate. I'll let that cool down. In the meantime, let's add some oil to the butter. Turn it up. We want to put in the onions and yellow peppers. We want to wet these off. Want to get that flavour of the salmon and the butter into the onions and peppers. At this stage, I want to add a little minced garlic. Can't have too much of that really, can we? Okay. Okay, let's let them cook off. Smells wonderful already. Okay, I think that's all we need. Let's turn this off. Let's transfer this into a bowl. We want to get all this butter and garlic in there. And we want to let that cool off. Okay. In the meantime, what we want to do is make the sauce for the salmon patties or salmon cakes. And this is a mixture of 2/3 natural plain yogurt and 1/3 sour cream. And then chop up the dill very fine, put it in, mix it together and put it in the fridge. So the dill infuses into the yogurt and the sour cream. It is definitely worth trying. It really makes the salmon cakes taste so fresh. Anyway, so let's let everything cool down and I'll see you back in a little bit. Okay, everything has cooled off. What we need to do now is put this aside. We want to flake the salmon a little bit. I usually find it easier just to use 2 forks, one big one, one small one. Just kind of flake it apart. It should come away very easily. Yeah, it looks perfectly cooked. Good, should be enough. Right, what we'll do now, we'll add it to the onions and pepper mixture. I know it's noisy, sorry for being noisy. Right. Okay, let's mix this together a little bit. At this stage, I'm going to add some pepper. I'm not going to add salt to this. I think there's enough salt in the salmon already. Just flake it a little bit more. Right, other things we need to add. Mayonnaise. Eggs. 2 eggs whisked. Use a fork, not a whisk. Proper chefs don't use whisks for eggs anyway. This will help bind the patties together. Good. Be careful with the raw eggs. Okay, basil, minced basil is about, I think it's about a quarter of a cup. Ah, I love the basil. I do love this herb. Reminds me of, there used to be a show in the early 70s, could have even been made in the late 60s in England, called The Herbs. And what it was a kids show that taught the name of herbs to kids. I know it sounds bizarre right now, but in this day and age, I'm sure kids don't care how herbs are called, but every herb had an animal. Like there was Dill, he was a dog, Dill the dog. There was parsley, I think he was the lion. And I think there was Sage, who was a wise old owl. There were some other ones, you know, I'm sure it might have come to Canada as well, but if you remember this, please put something in the comments. I must try and look it up. There's probably something on YouTube that has an old episode or something. Anyway, kids show from the late 60s, early 70s called The Herbs. It's fascinating to watch now. Right, back to reality. Okay, let's mix this together. Okay, good. Right, now what I need to do is add some dry ingredients. Let's add the breadcrumbs. Might need a little bit more of these. You gotta use your eyes on this. I can already see, I think we're gonna need more breadcrumbs. Starting to look really nice though. Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit more. You want enough to hold it together, but not too much where it's gonna break apart in the pan. I think this looks better to me now. This is about the consistency we want. Good. All right. Next stage. Get me a plate. I think the only real way of making salmon patties or salmon cakes is just to use your hand. So make sure your hands are clean. This is one reason we all make everything cool down as well, because you don't want to burn your hands. Yeah, these feel pretty good. I like to make them about that size. Just mold them in your hand. Put them on the plate. Let's move it over here. Okay. Obviously this is going to take a little time, so let's speed it up. Okay, managed to make 10. Just wash my hands. When you're dealing with raw egg, definitely wash your hands afterwards. Right, let's start cooking. Let's move this back, turn that on, get my pan. Okay, let's try one. Beautiful. I'm going to turn that down already. I don't want to cook them too fast. Okay, good. Move them around. Cook them on the edge where they've got a little bit more oil. Oh, they smell wonderful. Good. Now I expect they'll take about 2 to 3 minutes per side. Okay, I think we can start turning them over. Okay, they are golden brown on each side. Let's turn off the stove. Let's get them out. Beautiful. Okay, next thing to do, let's dish them up. Beautiful. They smell amazing. As you can see, nice and brown on each side. I think 2 is a good portion. Okay, here is the dill sauce. As you can see, we have the sour cream, the yogurt, and the dill. It's chilled now. It's perfect. You want to definitely have some of this. Okay, there we have it. Fresh salmon patties. Okay, next week we're going to do something completely different. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for everyone that has subscribed so far, and I'll see you next week. Bye.